There's this one thing that almost all of us, and I mean all of us, spend our entire lives running away from. But what if I told you that the very thing we're so scared of is actually one of the most powerful tools for growth we'll ever get? Yeah, today we're talking about failure, and we're going to see how it might just be the best thing that ever happens to you. So let's just get right to it. Why are we so terrified of failing? I mean, really, think about it. It's that sinking feeling in your stomach, right? It feels personal. It makes us question everything we thought we knew about ourselves. But what if we've been looking at it completely backwards this whole time? And this is the one idea I really want you to let sink in today. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's not the enemy. It's a crucial, non-negotiable part of the journey to success. Honestly, every single great achievement you can think of is built on a messy, beautiful foundation of missteps, mistakes, and lessons learned the hard way. And look, if you need some proof, let's talk about some of failure's most famous friends. These are the people we look up to, the legends. But what we often forget is that their incredible successes are matched only by their, equally incredible history of failing. A lot. Let's start with a classic, maybe the best example there is, Thomas Edison. We all know his name, the guy who invented the light bulb. It's become a symbol for a brilliant idea, that aha moment. But the real story behind that little glass bulb is one of just relentless, staggering failure. 10,000. Just try to wrap your head around that number for a second. That's how many times Edison and his team tried and failed before they finally got a light bulb to work. 10,000 times. Can you even imagine the resilience it takes to fail that many times and still show up to the lab the next morning ready to go again? It's mind-blowing. And this quote right here, this is where the magic is. It shows you everything about his mindset. He completely reframed the situation. He didn't see it as a mountain of failures. He saw it as a massive collection of data. Each attempt that didn't work wasn't an ending. It was a discovery that pushed him one step closer to the answer that would work.
Or what about this one? This is a huge one. Steve Jobs was publicly fired from Apple, the company he poured his heart and soul into, the company he literally started in his garage. I mean, can you imagine the sheer public humiliation of that? For most people, that's it, game over. But for Jobs, that massive failure was actually a turning point. It's what led him to create Pixar and eventually come back to Apple and turn it into the powerhouse it is today.
And then you have the amazing story of J.K. Rowling. Long before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon, her reality was just tough, really tough. She was a single mother, barely getting by, writing chapters in coffee shops just to stay warm. By her own admission, she felt like the biggest failure she knew. So on top of all those personal hardships, get this. The manuscript for Harry Potter was rejected by 12 different publishers. 12! Imagine getting that door slammed in your face. Not once, not twice, but 12 times. But she just kept believing in her story. That failure didn't break her. It didn't define her. It just made her more determined. Okay, so these stories are inspiring, right? But they show us something absolutely vital. Failure isn't just something you have to get through to reach success. It's your greatest teacher. It gives you these incredible lessons that a straight, easy path to victory just can't. This quote from the incredible Nelson Mandela just sums it up perfectly. Think about that for a second. I either win or learn. If you truly adopt that mindset, the whole concept of losing or failing just kind of evaporates, doesn't it? Suddenly, there are only two possible outcomes to anything you try. You get the result you were hoping for, or you get the lesson you desperately needed. Either way, you're moving forward. So let's break that down, because this is so important. Success feels fantastic, right? Of course it does. But all it really does is tell you that you were right. It validates what you already know how to do. It feeds your ego. But failure is different. Failure makes you stop. It makes you ask hard questions. It forces you to confront what you don't know. It's the thing that pushes you to adapt, to get creative, and to actually grow. And these right here, these are the gifts that failure gives you. I mean, for real. It builds that grit, that resilience, so the next stumble doesn't feel so scary. It teaches you humility, which is always a good thing. It forces you to sharpen your skills, to get better at your craft. And maybe most importantly, it shoves you right out of your cozy little comfort zone, which, as we all know, is the only place where real growth ever happens.
All right, so we get it. We're convinced failure is valuable. But knowing it is one thing, and actually using it is another. So how do we do that? How do we take a stumble and turn it into a step forward? Let's get practical here.
So here's your 4-step playbook for failing forward. First, you have to reframe it, just like Edison did. It's not a stop sign. It's just feedback. It's data. Second, and this is a big one, detach your ego from the outcome. Your idea might have failed, your approach might have failed, but you did not fail. You are not your results. Third, try to take action faster. Don't be afraid to fail, because the quicker you try things and see what doesn't work, the quicker you learn. And finally, you have to reflect and improve. Don't just dust yourself off and pretend it didn't happen. Sit with it. Ask yourself, okay, what was the lesson here? What can I do differently next time?
So as we start to wrap this up, I want to leave you with one last really powerful idea. It's a final reframe that I hope will totally change your relationship with what it means to even try something in the first place. I want you to picture this. Every time you fail at something, big or small, you're handed a brick. Now, you've got a choice. You can put that brick in a backpack and carry it around as a heavy weight, a constant reminder of how you failed. Or you can take that very same brick and you can lay it at your feet. And then you can take the next one and lay it down too. You can use them to build a solid, strong foundation for whatever it is you're trying to build. Because when you really think about it, this is the ultimate truth. A business that doesn't work out isn't failure. An experiment that goes wrong isn't failure. Getting rejected isn't failure. Those are just events. They're just bricks. The only true way to fail is to stop laying bricks. It's to stop trying altogether. It's giving up. So I'm going to leave you with this question. Your next failure is coming. It's inevitable, and that's okay. So when it arrives, what are you going to do with that brick? Are you going to let it weigh you down, or are you going to start building with it? What incredible foundation will you build with your next so-called failure?